The first KPI, it's always going to be the savings KPI. And it's a bit of a debate between savings, right? So CFOs will always complain, I don't see savings in my balance sheet or P&L. And I kind of accept that, because if you're not releasing cash at the end of the day, these are fictitious numbers that we're dealing with. So as a KPI, savings will stand. So there you go. For the basic teams, the saving is there. For that top 1% team, let's imagine category managers as the product manager or the product CEOs. So my category, I run the category. And I would want to know, if I improve the cost of the product by 1% due to my category's contribution, how much profit margin or operating margin am I improving? It's a very difficult ask, right? Because when you understand procurement in a very traditionalist way, when you're running RFPs and RFQs and ERAs, you kind of lose the sense of exactly what am I doing in terms of improving the cost percentage. So maybe the profit margin, operating margin milestone for the category manager is still 1 or 2 or 3 years away. But if you have to jump through the hoops of transitioning yourself from the traditional mindset to, let's say, the mindset of the top 1% team, you have to talk about an operating margin improvement percentages. So for the traditional teams, savings KPI stays. For the top 1% team, you're talking about percentage improvement in the operating margin because of your category innovations. Now let's unpack, even for the traditional teams, the savings KPI. For me, the only way to measure savings is how much I was paying last year versus how much am I paying this year on the actual PO that gets released and receipted. There are various scenarios, and that's where some of the procurement team lose the credibility when you try to sell cost avoidance as cost saving. The cost avoidance in general scenario is anything difference between the first quotation and your final quotation. That's cost avoidance. So if you have to capture, try to segregate cost avoidance from cost saving under two classes. And that's the tip I'm going to be leaving you with. That's the end of the savings KPI.